Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new SSRS video. And I'm It's Polar, the owner of the Sour Studios Racing Series. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make a scheme that abides the Sour Studios Racing Series Season 3 policies of schemes. In this slideshow, I'm going to show you all the rules and the regulations. If you're a scheme creator for the league, you're required to watch this and agree to it, or you can't make a scheme. And yeah, and we're also going to show you how to make a scheme using Photopia, whatever it's called, the right way, which personally is the best platform or builder for this type of thing because that's what I made the templates in. A lot of good tools, a lot of good solutions. Let's get started. Alright, so the brand new Sour Studios Racing Series Season 3 scheme templates have been released for scheme creating use. How can I make a scheme that doesn't disobey the Sour Studios Racing Series scheme policy? Follow these rules and steps to know the basics of our brand new scheme rules. If you haven't noticed yet, I like to make things perfect when it comes to scheme making. With past rules of center numbers, we want to expand off this to make it so everyone's card looks similar with the built-in parts on the templates like logos and stuff, because in the past we've had a lot of just really off schemes that are the numbers are off. I show a few examples later in the videos, but I'm kind of a perfectionist. um if you couldn't tell with all our scheme policies, and we want to actually look good out there on the track compared to other leagues. Division 1 welcomes a brand new next-gen car. Back in Season 2, our templates would have contingency decals. Not anymore for Season 3. Here in this arrow, we just have the D1 logo on each side of the car. You see that right there where the mouse is. And next to the window, there is a small SSRS logo. These must be on all cars. These logos cannot be moved anytime. They stay in their position. They will stay in the right places. It says on the name banner, there is a pair of D1 logos on each side, and on the back of it, depending on what manufacturer you have for the next gen car, it will show that manufacturer. Those are required to stay on it. And on the back of the Chevy, there's Camaro, which is manually added by me. That one also requires to stay because it's basically part of the car. And here's a look at the next gen template for the Chevrolet. Pretty cool. Alright, so on the template, you will find a place for your Roblox username to basically show that you're the driver of this car, where it says Roblox name. A brand new scheme policy rule that most of you will not approve of is that your scheme must have your Roblox username in all caps for both front and back of this. So I know certain people of you like X Justin Please. You guys like having X Justin Please on the car, and like Beast, you like having Beast, and Braxton, you like having Brax, and we can go on and on forever. Not anymore, sadly. You gotta have your username. So for X Justin, it'd be Epic Dino Rex 60, and yeah, no display names or nicknames for the banners. And here at the SSRS, we use your username in standings, results, so standings, it just shows your standings name, results, your username, nicknames in the Discord server is your name, and in our future Sour Studios Racing Series, the game Season 2, it's all going to be your username. We would like this to be on the cars as well, which is what I mean by the banner. And another rule here that I know people like Suramoro and Geekbeat are not going to like is the custom banner thing. And I know it's kind of like, why are you doing this, Polar? Well, I kind of want all schemes to just be the same with the banners and stuff. So just double click on the text and enter your username. So Suramoro, Epic Dino Rex 60. Don't get rid of that text. Don't put in a custom banner. Just keep it that way, or you will be disobeying the scheme policy. If your username is very large, like J Dragonville Master V2, a D2 driver, the number 7 Toyota, or Matthew Gaming Tube 25, a D2 driver, number 25 Chevrolet, then still type your username. So you're still typing that. Use the sizing tools with your scheme making program to simply size the text down. Or you can change the font size, which is in pixels. Once completed, center the text between the corresponding logos, which what I mean by that, for some reason when you enter your name in the text, it just kind of doesn't center automatically. So once you're done, just drag your text centered with the Chevy logo and the division logo. Don't change its position. Don't move it up. Don't move it down. Try your best to keep it in the same place. Uh, then we show a few examples of schemes that I made that are policy abiding. So yeah, here's a look at Dragon Dog's Season 3 D1 Clover scheme, number 21 MCO Racing. And its Polar YT 76 one-off Daytona 500 Salamat scheme. The font is and one last thing, the font is automatically on the template. So the font, you don't have to find the correct font. It's built in with the text. Just double click on it, type what you got, type what you want to type. At least with Photopia. Yeah. So take a look at the 76. There's no custom banner. It uses the template's banner for both sides. The correct font, which goes with the custom banner thing. The name is 100% centered between each logo. And in Dragon Dog's all caps, you'll notice that the username is in all caps, and the Roblox username, Dragon Dog, is present. No typos either. Exact Roblox username. So for Captain America, I know you like spelling Captain the right way, but unfortunately not in this case. Having your name banner not in all caps or exact Roblox username or disobeying any of these rules, your scheme will be declined. You will be told your mistakes by our expert scheme seekers, which is basically just me, and will be asked to make the fixes and changes to make a successful scheme. Alright, for D2 and D3, follow the same exact protocols. For D2, leave the front alone. The back text needs to be your exact Roblox username, like D1 in all caps. Use the template banner. No other graphics or fonts like on the template banner. Same for D3 since there is no front text option. For some reason, the template wasn't made with the option. Believe it or not, the back doesn't even work. Like, it's not on the car body, so even if you put something on here, I mean, you're still required to put it even though it's not going to show the scheme. Kind of weird. In addition, with the D2 and D3 templates, it is similar to D1 with the extra parts. The D2 and D3 logo will be present in the same spot as the D1 logo on the D1 templates. Keep these there. A small SSRS logo is always located next to the window on each car. Keep this there. So the arrow points to each of those logos. Got the D3 logo, D2 logo, and then the SSRS logo. Contingency decals like the division logo and SSRS logo cannot be covered at all. I noticed for some reason in your schemes, none of you use like paint bucket tools because you don't have it because you don't use Photopia. You use like the paintbrush, which you just cover over the logos. You can only see like a tiny portion of those. Not allowed this season. All of them got to be 100% present. Our two side logos. And now we start to move into our advanced topics, such as number placement. The NASCAR Next Gen car is coming to 22 in the NASCAR Cup Series in real life. Originally, I said that we were still going to require centered numbers because I hated forwards at the time. But now forward numbers, personally, are the greatest things to come to NASCAR. I don't know, it really grew on me. I like the sponsor space. The schemes once the schemes started to be released, they started to look really good. And I'm like, yeah, actually, we're going to have that in the SSRS. We're going to require it to. With this said, D1, all numbers are required to be forwards. You can put it as much forwards as you want as long as it isn't covering any of the SSRS built-in template logos. Forward numbers only. Your number can't be centered on a next-gen car for D1, so you can't have the centered number. What is a good number placement example? Take a look at Dragon Dog's number 21 Clover Camaro. You will notice the perfect number placement example. This number is clearly forward. So you can see the McDonald's logos where a centered number would be, but Dragon Dog's number 21 logo is right there. It's not covering any side logos. Up here it almost is, but it's not covering any logos. We're going to make sure on both sides of the car they are. All the logos are nice. The car is good. The car is clear. You see the banner's correct, nice and centered. Perfect scheme. Next, here's the next gen car of perfection. What it should be like. So here we got a side of it. Good. Number is forward. It's not near centered or centered. Perfect placement. Right here is where you want it to be. Bad. Number is centered like an old NASCAR car. Not allowed with our next gen cars. So this is like centered. It's kind of even pushed back a little. For D2 and D3, this is not a good example. This is a little pushed back, this square. You want it literally centered with the window. This is on the back side of the window. I don't know. This is some strict stuff, but we gotta make it right. You know, like, yeah. For D2 and D3, the numbers required to be centered. This is in correspondence with the 22 NASCAR Xfinity Series car and correspondence to a car of tomorrow car from a decade ago. So as you can see with the cot, it's centered with the window. Nice. Centered with the first window. Not this window, the first window. See the logo? It's not covering any of it. And the number, yeah, right here. The number must be centered with the door and the window above it. Forwards and backwards numbers are not allowed on the cot. Here's an example of that. No, none can be here, none can be here. Forwards and backwards numbers are not allowed on an Xfinity D2 car. Right here and right here, not allowed. Must be like between both of these. Number alignment. Kind of a hard thing to do, honestly. It's kind of like what your eyes say, but we won't be as strict on this. Number alignment actually makes our league schemes look good, because some of our schemes with the number alignment way off, really frustrating and triggering. For all divisions, make your numbers centered, aligned in all places. It means there's the same amount of space on the top of the scheme left over than the bottom. Here are some bad examples of number alignment. I mean, Justin, your car is fine. Car's numbers are too far up on the side. Yeah, they're too far up on the side. The numbers, see this little square right here? This is where it should be. Just a little too far up. You know, right here is the window. Bottom here is still a lot of space. Center it down, and then we're good. The top number is right aligned. Center it, please. I was going to tell Shibe to change this, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. We'll be more strict on Season 3. And the Hello Kitty High Cliff Street Circuit winner. Yeah, this one right here. I know you're trying to see Hello Kitty right there, but you gotta make sure it's centered and a reasonable size. This is Rowdy Pizza Ev's car in D3, the car that flipped over the wall. The side numbers are bottom aligned and not centered. You can see that there's zero space right here, and there's still some space ahead. Plus, this number is more to the back of the window and not centered like it should be. Here's where it should be, and here's where it should be. Made that little square box. Alright guys, quiz. Can you find the problem with this scheme? This is the Great Deers, number 55, second place, Acadia Super Circuit Christmas Special, Ennis Racing, Merry Christmas Chevrolet SS for Division 3. So, can you find the issue with this scheme, with our alignment? Alright, here's the answer. The side numbers are not centered, not center aligned, and it just doesn't look good. As you can see, I mean, look at this is a whole, like, large area here of just extra space, and then here there's nothing, and the number isn't even centered either. Just use the move tool and move it up. The number size is perfect, and that's our next topic. Number size. This right here is Matthew Gaming Tube's 25. I mean, yeah, it looks fine. It looks fine to your average person, but once it's on the car, it's too big. The D2 cars are a little smaller on the template than normal, so the numbers are just kind of yuck here on this car. Matthew always struggles with that. For all divisions, your number size should actually be something good. Use common sense to decide if your number is scaled good. A huge number like that 25 is a slide earlier is very bad. So it's like, just use the correct number size. Just look at it. Use your size handles. If your program doesn't have it, then you might as well not make a scheme, because it's what you need. Here are some examples. This is Shibe 21's, I believe, Acadia Super Circuit win, Christmas Special, Chips Ahoy, and Doge scheme. As you can see, these numbers are literally perfect size. This 55, it looks perfect. And here's another one of Matthew's cars. Pretty big and off-centered as well. You might be like, how is that big? And I can see that, but it just is. I mean, they got to be a little smaller, like Shibe's right here. Perfect centered car. Shibe didn't make this car. I believe someone did. Our scheme creator, maybe Tad, or maybe someone else. I don't know, but Shibe can't make schemes, I don't think. So numbers are perfect size. Terrible. The side numbers are way too big. Size them down, Matthew. And here is our Star Studios Race Series official Season 3 scheme policy. A lot of rules, a lot of policies. We discussed like half of them here, and I'm going to explain each one here. You must use the SSRS templates. XXDOM2907XX did not do this in our D5 divisions. He was using his own templates and putting on custom contingencies that looked like the real ones that I caught him in the High Cliff race. Make sure you use the correct templates. We got ways now we can find if you are using our templates from the beginning. And what I did to make Dragon Dog, I had that card made for the Monkey Cup series a long time ago, and all I did was just import those layers to the SSRS template and move the numbers a bit, and it's fine. You can do that. Numbers must be centered to the door window and aligned. Numbers must be forward for D1. Yeah, we already discussed that. You must have a name banner. You can't just have it say Roblox username on the name banner, which is the default for our templates. Roblox username must be on the banner. We already discussed that. You must use the template's banner font for name banner. Discuss that. Size your name banner down when in correspondence. Yeah, I already discussed that. Center the nameplate at all times once your text is done. No custom banners. And I was talking to Surmar's banner earlier. Yeah, this is what he usually does in all his schemes, but just use the custom fonts. Leave, and when I was in the Discord server earlier today, I was like, okay, there's one rule that you're not gonna like. Yeah, this is what it was. This one right here. Leave all league logos and build their template parts in the same location. Be nice to me when I point out you disobey the scheme policy. A lot of times I point it out and everyone's like, just L, you know? That's what they react to. It's fine. But yeah, let's just be respectful. Follow the scheme policy or you might face a scheme making ban. Yeah, follow the scheme policy. After like probably 5 to 10 times you always are failing at this, you might just be revoked from scheme making here, and you might just ask someone else to make a scheme for you. Any sponsors are allowed in your scheme. Way back in season 1 we had only custom sponsors allowed. That got kind of old and I lost interest in that field, so just allowed them all. Any colors are allowed in your scheme. I mean, why not? Why should we? Any logos as well. Uh, like that 26 one. He always asks me if he can have that stuff in his car. I'm like, if Roblox accepts it, it's fine. And Roblox for some reason accepted that scheme. Use the manufacturer the team you are on is assigned to. So you guys are assigned a team. I mean, you're not assigned a team, but whatever team you get signed by or whatever team you want to sign with, they each have a set manufacturer. Use that manufacturer for the entire season. You can't switch. And once you pick a team, and that's a forward, you have to, once you get fired or you leave, you have to pick another forward team. There's no switching to a Chevy team because you can't switch your manufacturer. Use the number you picked for the season. So Dragon to pick 21. He's sticking with that. Once Daytona hits, you're stuck with the number for the rest of the season. And now for playoff schemes, same as season 2, playoff cards must have the division color in the division colors channel assigned on their splitter and spoiler. What the heck? Banner is optional. So you can color that banner if you'd like. Kind of rare. You'd probably think I'd pick one to make it perfect, but nah, it's optional. I don't know. I don't really like it, but if everyone does it, then it's fine. But if everyone doesn't, then it's fine. But if we got a mix, it's kind of weird. Playoff cards can't be ran in the regular season. So any schemes with a colored banner of the division, say you're running just an orange tied scheme and you pick the exact division color, yeah, you can't run that because our playoff cards are. You can still have random colored banners and spoilers in the and all that stuff in the regular season, but not in the playoffs. You got your set schemes for your division. So D1 is neon orange, D2 is cyan, and D3 is neon green. Each template has those colors on it. If you go back and look, you'll see that there's the division colors on the schemes for the testing purpose of it. And that is going to do it for this slideshow. But next, we're going to show you how to make a scheme that's actually good here in the SSRS. So happy reading this, and we'll see you then. Alright guys, so in the S3 templates channel, there's going to be a link to my Google Drive folder of Season 3 templates. Look for your division color. Green is D3, cyan is D2, orange is D1. You'll find that for your division. We got Dodge, Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Toyota, Dodge, Ford, Chevy, Chevy, Dodge, Ford, Toyota for the manufacturers. Whatever one you're assigned to, or your team assigned, I should say, it's the one you're going to select. So, what do I do once I open this page up? You're going to want to double click on it. Sometimes it might say this file is too big to preview. Just click the download button. You'll download, then you can open it up. But here, that's not the case. In fact, we have our scheme. So All you want to do if you don't have like Photopia, just take your snipping tool and click new, which is on all Windows devices. Click new or snippet sketch, whatever. You could select it because you can't copy it. I don't think right here from this page. So there's a download button you could do. That's probably a more better way. Just download it, open it up in your editor, and then you could from there just change it. That's the way most scheme people do it. But the professional way to make schemes is with a platform called Photopia. This right here is a great tool to edit schemes. It's like the free Photoshop. Once you get here, it might ask you to download it. I believe that's what you got to do. If you see any download buttons anywhere or anything, you should probably click that. Or I think what you could do, download the Photopia extension. That I think will show it right here with this button. So just go to the Google Chrome store, search Photopia extension, download it, and there you go. And it'll add that Chrome extension. And then it should show, or there might be a download button here, and it'll just add it to these things automatically. All right, so that's Photopia right there. Now what you're going to want to do, double click on whatever one you want to open up and open up a Dodge, brand new Dodge Next Gen, thanks to JTR4573DD, D2 driver, next season D1, making these templates. This right here is a Next Gen Dodge template, guys. Wow. It's private right now. I don't think he's going to release it. I'm pretty sure he made it too. Yeah. Click the Open with Photopia button on the top. Maybe you might have other programs like GIMP or other programs on there, or you can just click the download button, open it up that way. Another way to do it. Once you're here, it's going to automatically open up. You're going to see the stuff, the Roblox name. I don't know why this is locked, but if it's going to be locked like this, unlock it. Yeah, so here are the Dodge logos. We got this scheme made right here. Alright, so your first step is going to be, hey, I want to make a color. So what you can do is use snipping tool or find a color on Google. And once you copy it you can go to edit and then click paste, or you can just do Ctrl-V on your keyboard. Make sure these tools are selected and click transform controls. Without that, there's no size arrows. Me and Noisy724 had this problem a long time ago, and this was the issue. We didn't have that on. So make sure that happened, and once that layer is made, because it's going to form a new layer, select this layer, drag it below the Dodge background right here in the layers. Size this, and you're gonna notice it wraps the car completely. And for some reason, JTR had like some license plate on the car, so if you want to figure that out, just click the license plate cover, click this first color, select the color of the car, go to paint bucket tool, and just click on it, and then it'll change it. It's kind of, I don't know why it was on it, but it's kind of just an extra step to do. Yeah, so we got this car here, and you can click layer 2 right here, which is our paint layer. Make sure you remember. And you could just select any color, select the paint bucket tool, and just click the car, and it's going to automatically switch it over. This is what I was talking about with the paintbrush tool. You don't need to paintbrush it, just paint bucket it, and saves you a bunch of time. Notice how none of the logos are covered because the paint layer is below. Every layer you add should be below all these random layers right here. The license plate cover, anything beyond there should be down because everything here is more important. So, I am going to get a number and put it in. Alright guys, I found a number here, my classic 76 logo or number. And in order to find numbers, just search up the number you want and then the text decal NASCAR after it with spaces in it, and it should just give you some decals. Copy and paste them in. So let's start with our number size and alignment protocols. If you have these distance tools, it's going to show you if it's centered or not. As you can see, this top red line, when I hold this, it clearly has the red line, which shows it's aligned centered. And with the middle thing, that also shows, well, it's aligned centered. It's aligned centered perpendicularly across the top part of this car. The number size is not too big. It's not like this. This is not okay. This is fine. I mean, if pretty much as long as it covers, but this is logical here. The nice number. Right click on that layer, duplicate the layer to duplicate it. And by the way, earlier, to make it transparent, I don't know why I explained, I just clicked this magic wand tool, and I clicked on the white stuff, pressed delete on my keyboard, and it deleted it all. And once you're done with that, do CTRL-D on your keyboard, and it will deselect it. That's an important part, or you can't do anything. This is a next-gen scheme, so if you remember from our slideshow, it is a scheme that requires forward numbers. So right here is a center number. Basically, just put it here. Now, what this looks, it's forward. But what is the problem with this? It's too big. Like, if it's centered, it's not too big because it's centered, obviously. But when it's forward, it's a little different. So just size it down a little more. Plus, you get more sponsor space. Even this is not okay. This is too off. This is what a big number. This is not allowed. This is like Matthew schemes right here. Way too big. It's covering the entire car. There should be a good couple of pixels of space above it still. So I'm just going to size this how it should be, right? Make sure it's not covering the division logo or behind it. It should be present. Duplicate this again. I'm going to move it up here. I don't know. I've never like rotated my sheet before. I just kind of do this for it. Rotate it around. Up here, if you want it perfect, go to this. After you rotate it, this will appear. These little tools. If you want it perfectly angled, all you got to do is just change this to 0 and change this to 80 or 90. Multipliers of 90. And you will get a nice number. And that, you want to make it similar to that as well. Next part of business here, we don't require a number on the rear or the front of the car. It's suggested to be realistic, but we don't require it. So there you go. And this should be small, and it has to be on the right side as well. I mean, it could be on the left side. It's just kind of annoying. Then on the right side as well for the front of it. This is the right side of the car, but it looks left. Then, Roblox name. So I'm going to show an example if your name's long. So I'm going to type JDragon Veilmaster. Notice how it's not centering itself for some reason. If I put it in, the logos are covered. They can't be covered. Your manufacturer logos can't be covered. I just simply sized it down, moved it back over. Centered with the Dodge logos. And then this is way smaller here, though. This is a smaller text label. But I'm going to do that for Dragon's name again. I'm going to select the text layer once I have entered it. And then I'm going to kind of size it. This looks pretty small, and that's what happens when you have a big name. But you can still see it. As you can see, it's still there. And how to zoom in, you just press Ctrl on the plus key, and you can zoom in. And then to get out, Ctrl minus key. And that's what I do there. But I'm going to undo all that, get it back to normal. And now I'm just going to enter my Roblox name. Well, after I'm done with that, I want to recenter it with correspondence to the logos on the side because it's not centering itself. And I want to do that the same here. Make sure it's actually on the black banner right there. Make sure it's all on it. That underscore is a little off, so I'm just going to center it, put it up a bit high. And there you go. You got a scheme. This is all you need right here. This right here is a valid scheme for the SSRS D1. You got the nice center aligned number, equal size on the top and the bottom, nice aligned top number, nice aligned right side number. Perfect. Now you can find a logo to put on your scheme. Just search up anything on Google and put it in. Alright guys, so I found this little stop recording thing I could put on. And the nice thing about the next gen cars is you can have twice as much space right here. So we could literally put like a whole other logo that would be the same size here in the past. That's another thing I like about this. Once you put that in a nice size, we have no requirements for logos, sponsors, any size is fine for those. Turn it upside down here to make it good over there. And yeah, and then you can find even more logos and stuff. That's going to be my nice little scheme. And now it's time for the uploading portion of this car. So up here, you're going to want to click File and then Save as PSD. If I click Save Google Drive, it's going to save the car to the Season 3 template. So this is a program. Download the program that's available. I got this program called the Cool Image Editor. So yeah, click this file button and find the one you downloaded. Alright, so here I am in the cool image editor. And once you're here, there's nothing you gotta do. Just file, save as, and then select the folder you want to save it into. Click the save and then click OK, and there you go. You got it saved as a PNG or all files type, so you can upload it to Roblox. Click create on your Roblox.com screen. This is for PC users only, obviously. Decals. Click decals once you get there. And once you choose your file, find your test car that you just put in, then we'll show you what happens. Alright, so I just found it. Now I'm going to upload it. There we go. And there is the scheme right here. Right now it's still being processed, so you're going to want to right click, open link in new tab, and then you're going to want to, it doesn't matter for leaks because you don't need an image ID. If you want a backsearch battles code, then you got to get BTR Roblox extension, which shows the image ID of the car. I just like doing image ID because if I do decide to make a code video, then I can use this scheme, even though it's next gen. And then there you go. So what then happens? You're going to want to go to create. Once you have that ID copied, go to your game, get a model of the next gen car, and there you go. So here is our current next gen schemes. I'm going to duplicate this over. I'm going to go into the model. I'm going to click on the Chevy body. And I'm just going to paste the ID in, and there we go. Oh, shoot. I duplicated a Chevy, not a Dodge. So now we got a Dodge, and now I can just actually make it to scale. There we go. So here is our Dodge, and if you see, it is a perfect scheme. Just perfect for the SSRS. You got the forward numbers. You got the number on the back. You got all the other elements you need for your scheme right there. And now we got a nice cool test scheme right here. And if you're an SSRS racer, here's what you're gonna want to do. You're just gonna want to go to the Discord, go to your scheme channel, paste the ID, and add an image of your car, and that's all you gotta do. And make sure you send an image like this, a decal ID image. And that's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching this video. And really goodbye. This is what a good scheme looks like here in the SSRS for Season 2, at least for D1. Pretty cool car. Looking forward to this season. And follow these scheme rules, scheme policies. You can always go over the slideshow again in the server. So we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.